My name is James Williams Jr. and I wasn't really done about the calling on all the indie filmmakers in Charlottesville and Virginia in general if you want in. The thing about why independent movies are special and unique is because they're independent. They're not touched by Hollywood unless Hollywood finds us to be exceptionally beneficial to them. If you watched the last video, I specifically spoke on why I want to make kung fu movies and why I want to make movies in general. And a lot of us seem to have the desire and the fire, but none of us have actually met each other and decided to team up. And there are a lot of you guys out here. It's not just me. I've seen other people filming, and I've not, you know, I've not had a chance to introduce myself to y'all. So let me do that first. Okay, first, my name is James Williams Jr. I am 44 years old. I'm 5'3" and a half. I'm of multicultural descent. If we must get that deep into it, because a lot of people don't want to claim all of their heritages in their family, either through family shame or they just don't know or don't give a damn. I am of Cherokee Indian descent. I am of black and I am of white descent. You can put that in any order you want. It's not going to change the fact that it is who I am and I am who I am. And I say what I'm going to do. And I generally do it right after I say it, unless it's not legal. Now, when it comes down to making films, like I said, if you've watched the other video, I've been at this since 20,000. That didn't come out right. Let's retake that. I've been working on making films and trying to break into this business since the year 2000. That sounds better because that's actually better accurately put. Now, the problem in Virginia isn't that there are no actors. The problem in Virginia is that no one is able to act on the level that we want to act on. No one is willing to give Virginia actors a benefit of the doubt. And again, there's a studio here that pretty much only either makes historical movies or disinvites by making movies that they distribute or whatever the hell it is that they do. Now, I ain't got nothing else to do with that. I'm not even going to bring that back up if I can help it. As long as I don't get mad about it, it shouldn't be a problem, so I shouldn't have to worry about bringing it up. Let's just say that if you're in the business of making movies, then you should be in the business of making movies. I don't have my own studio, so I do have to film outside when I get the chance while I can film. And a lot of other independent filmmakers here in Virginia have done that. I've seen you, but I haven't had the balls to come up and ask you, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Do you need help? And I honestly haven't because in every film that I've made, if someone has asked me what we're doing or if they ask me if they can help, I either, it depends on what they want to do, and I'm like, well, we could always use an extra cameraman, like for a scene where all the heroes are in the scene, or if I need certain shots in there, or if you accidentally just walk through, well, guess what? You're automatically in the film, especially if you walk through while we were in a good shot, and if it looks good, it's in. So, there you go. The thing about filming in parks and stuff is that we don't own the park. Everyone owns the park. So, it's free to film there as long as you're not hurting anybody or like setting off explosions or anything stupid. As long as you're doing your thing and not disturbing people, then there's not a big freaking issue. You know. Now, it, in the event, when you're making movies, you have to find a location to film. Charlottesville has plenty of locations. The greater Nelson County area, Scottsville, everybody has good locations. I'm not afraid to go to these places and film, especially like in Nelson County because we have land there. And Scottsville is small. No one would probably even notice if you whip out a camera and start filming. Now, don't film people, but you can get a flyby of the town, walk through the town and just video. People are going to ask you. When you get back to the editing, you just cut that part out. If they actually, like I'm doing a documentary for a class or something, and I have done many a student films, they just haven't been seen in student theaters. And it's as I went to college, I didn't finish college, but I went there, and I was making films. But the thing about having films, your success rate in independent films are slim and zero. Slim just went down, zero just kicked me in the balls and ran for the hills. And the thing about making independent films is that you have to have a willing team that's willing to show up. is willing to actually film and get things done, which you can't do if they don't show up, if they don't get things done. And in 2 minutes, it will be midnight. So, as I carry on, because it's probably going to be just as long as the other one, you know, if I'm not the only guy out here trying to make films, and the reason why I want to live in Virginia and film in Virginia is because there's money to be made here. There's just no investors. There's films to be made here, and Virginia has been in films before. Charlottesville's Downtown Mall specifically was in a John Cryer movie. I don't remember the name of the movie. John Cryer, if you're out there, yeah, I pay attention. So anyway, they actually filmed around the university area too. But whatever the name of that movie is, only John Cryer and whoever else watched it besides me know what it is. But the thing is, they were filming a science fiction series here. I believe Mark Singer was showing in it. At least that was the rumor. And the thing is, without the knowledge of who's doing what, we're kind of all just like running around with like chickens with our heads cut off. But if we can all find a place where we can all gather as filmmakers and like, look, we need to find a place where we don't have to pay for parking for one. So like I said, the Monticello Trail, we can all carpool and get there and either set up a picnic, not a banquet or anything, but just something so that we can all talk. Everybody can bring their own food and just sit here and talk and mingle and get to know each other and find a way so that we can collaborate and decide, hey, look, do we want to take control of our careers, or do we want to keep gambling on casting calls coming in and say, hey, you look like you can be in one of my films, and then you go through all the trauma and the trouble, and then you can't be in their films because after you go through a whole bunch of stuff, then they don't want you. So just to get that out from behind my face. Now it's midnight. But the whole thing is, you know, the more we can get to know each other, the more we can collaborate, the more we have a better chance of actually taking the movie world by storm. I can't be the only one who's brainstormed this. We all have the drive and the fire, so we all need to find a way to connect with each other so that we can show the people who are in the movie business, this is what you need to do. You're in the movie business. Give actors the shot. If the actor isn't good enough for one film, he might be good enough for another film. The thing about acting is you don't know if you're a good actor if no one wants to give you the shot. If you go to all these casting calls and no matter what you do, you're still having to deal with that stuff, then what more can you do outside of whatever else? I hadn't made it big in Hollywood or anywhere else for the simple fact I've never been to Hollywood, and the simple fact that if you are trying to make it in this business, it's more or less a who you know game. And two, if you're not given a shot, how are you going to know if you're good? No one wants to give us a shot. There's all kinds of acting things that need to be done. It's all kinds of actors who want to do it. So what's the issue? The issue is that we can't get the attention of the people who make the movies, who want to make the movies, the people who make the TV shows, who want to make the TV shows. I put my webisode series up. The one that was stolen, it sucks because I didn't get the footage back from whoever has it in Alabama. Look, 512 Rougemont, just mail the damn thing to me so I can do it all over again. But, it kind of is what it is when you can't get people to do what you need them to do. Now, in filming, it's not a miracle drug. It doesn't just happen overnight. But we can make it happen if we really want to. We need to come together as independent filmmakers and either start a company or at least start some kind of ball or roll or something moving so that, if you're happy here in Virginia and you want to make movies for a living, you shouldn't have to move to California. You shouldn't have to move to New York. You shouldn't have to move to North Carolina. You shouldn't have to move to Atlanta. You should be able to do it right smack dead here. Now, granted, our weather be tripping. It doesn't always cooperate. And that puts us on a hold a little bit. So, we should find a way to make these things happen. If you're with me, and if you watch the other video, which was like 14 minutes long, so I'm sorry. But if you're with me and you watch the other video, it begins with us, the independent filmmakers. So let it stay with us. And let's make these things. Let's find ways to negotiate deals with TV series and shows like Showtime and Netflix and stuff like that. Because if once we can get those doors open, the sky's the limit. So if you're with me, if you see the thing on Facebook, just send me a message. I'm more than willing to meet you in daytime privately. It has to probably be on a Friday or a day that I don't have to work, which has to we have to schedule on days that we don't have to work, so that we can at least get to know each other for about an hour, see where our visions are taking us. And hey, if we're all on the same page, man, this shit could actually work. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Come Forever number 2. Be seeing you. And thank you for giving me 10 minutes and 30 seconds of your life.